Hey guys, how's it going, all you wonderful, beautiful ladies and gentlemen of the internet? It's me, Daniel here, um, announcing that yes, my PC is obviously officially fixed. I know some of y'all out there were concerned, in quotation marks, for what I had for my hardware. I will worry about that in the future when I have the time and finances for that. So thanks, but no thanks to your concerns. I just want to get that out of the way because I'm still pretty stingy about how people were with that situation. You can defend yourself all you want. Like, I know when you're being an ass, and a lot of you were being an ass, but some of you definitely weren't, and thank you to those who weren't. Um, Actually, I feel like most of you were pretty supportive, so thank you for that. But anyways, aside from that, or at least in terms of like, hoping me for the best. So I do appreciate that. All right. I apologize. Let me just focus on today's video. So, yes, I love the Halo franchise very much. I've been a fan of it for many years. It's one of my favorite gaming trilogies of all time, if not maybe. Well, I don't know if I go as far as saying it's my absolute favorite, but it's really good. My best friend got me into Halo. That's a big part of why I still love it to this day. He means a lot to me. Obviously, he's a good man, a good boy man. My best friend Tony, and he's one of my best friends. He's my first true best friend that's been in my life like the longest, I would say. And he introduced me in this franchise. He got into it via his older brother, and it has captured the hearts of millions. This is a very important, loving, beloved series for a good reason. If you've never played the campaign of the original 3 games and you love epic stories, you're missing out. Like, I feel like if you love something like Star Wars or Dragon Ball Z or something like God of War or trying to think of what else I can like, something that has like big epic scale and like its plot and its story, its development. I'm sure you'll love Halo. It's about this soldier that basically saves the entire galaxy over this like parasitic alien threat and so much more. Like, there's also the Covenant and in what they cause, in trying to stop their efforts of trying to wipe out humanity. But then they have to deal with another threat that doesn't just want to wipe out humanity, but it wants to wipe out all living specimens, and that would be the Flood. So basically, the two factions kind of become one, or at least one of the factions does, the Elites, which they are such a beloved race in the Halo franchise, and they deserve more they deserve a lot more, oh God, Jesus, they definitely deserve a lot more in the spotlight, I would say, for the campaigns nowadays, and I feel like they're not there at all, which sucks. So Halo definitely fell from grace after 3 and 3D ODST and Reach. I made it. I talked about this all before in my other Halo video. Kind of what got me into Halo is that I feel like the franchise is just not the same as it used to be, and I'm not the biggest fan of Halo 4. I'm not made that a secret at all. I feel like if that game had more time in the oven, though, if it just had like 1 extra year of development time with what was going on with it, its story could have at least breathed a bit more. I didn't mind like what they were trying to do for its story. I don't mind the Forerunners basically being the villains, I think, in the story, but that was interesting. But whatever, it's not a bad game. It's just not really for me. I'm just not the biggest fan of that game. It's not really a Halo game. It's like, God, it's kind of like saying Sonic Lost World, I guess, is more like a Mario game, I guess you could say. I'm not the biggest fan of that game either, but I do kind of like it, though. But something Halo 4, like, I like how, I don't know. I like how Halo 4 starts. It has an epic opening, I did say that, but, and I like how Sonic Lost World starts, too, which is interesting, but, anyways, I just want better for this series, and I know I'm not alone in that. I'm not the first person to come out on YouTube and talk about this. Obviously, no, there's a huge glaring problem with this franchise. I mean, this is the biggest gaming mascot series from a gaming company. Like, it makes it, Microsoft isn't really a gaming company, but, from okay, fine, on a gaming platform, Xbox, you could say that. This is the biggest franchise on Xbox. This is the most iconic image in terms of gaming on Xbox, and they're tarnishing it, and I don't understand why. And I've had big dreams for Halo since I was a kid of what I wanted for like adaptations and like different stories. Like, I wanted a live action movie. obviously, off of the first game. I thought that was a no-brainer. Every time I played that game, the opening cutscene, it's like, yeah, this is perfect for a live-action opening for a film. Like, this is epic stuff, you know? Well, the first couple of opening cutscenes when, you see the Pillar of Autumn and Captain Keyes and Cortana are talking, and then when the Chief emerges and he meets up with them, all that stuff. That's cinematic as fuck. It is in the game. I'm like, you have the blueprint right there. Hell, it's more of a blueprint. It's what they're showing you. I'm not saying Bungie, may or may not have wanted that. I don't know, but for them to make what they made into like a live action TV show or film, I don't know the whole details behind what the developers may want. In fact, Bungie right now, holy crap, I can't believe them right now. But I thought that was pretty cool. They were trying to remake one of the first games, but the way they're doing it is so fucked up. Like it is, but we'll talk about that later. Actually, I don't know if I will talk about that in this video, but yeah, no, I love this franchise to death. I do, and I go back and I play the old games. Of course I do. I'm playing Halo 1 again right now, trying to find all the terminals and skulls. I haven't done that yet in the Master Chief Collection, and it makes me just stop and think and wonder and just. I feel frustrated at the same time doing this. Okay, this isn't just Halo. This is like stuff I love in general. I keep going back to stuff that was good from my youth instead of going to things that exist now more so. That's seriously problematic. It is. I made a video talking about this a while ago called "Why Does Everything Suck Nowadays?" And I wasn't just talking about Nintendo in that video, but that was like the topic, like with the Switch 2. But haven't you guys realized that like in the world of media, in the world of art, in the world of like consuming like products that are made for us, everything just kind of sucks now? What is going on? Like nothing is truly nostalgic anymore. Instead, we're nostalgic for the stuff that was nostalgic, like like the Minecraft movie or the Lilo and Stitch live action film, which I heard was terrible. Like both came out recently, right? They're not the best movies, but they're both from franchises that existed forever now. It's not anything new and captivating that could be good, I feel like the best thing that has come out recently that is like from my youth, that's like 10 years to 20 years old or so supposedly, or to 30 years old, that's really damn good and stands out really well, is the Oblivion remaster, the Oblivion remake. Yeah, so the Oblivion remake is absolutely stunningly good and incredible. I get a little teary-eyed sometimes when I play that game because of how I can't believe how good it is. I generally cannot believe. Sometimes I like stop and I'm like when in the middle of like walking like in like the field going through like a quest, I just take a moment to appreciate how good the game is because I cannot fucking believe how beautifully well done that game is. I'm not too far in the game yet. I think I'm just mainly focusing on the arena at the moment, but still really good. And I love that game. I love Oblivion Remastered. It's such a remake. It's such a great game. I think it's called Oblivion Remastered. Yeah, it's so good. It is. And I'm like, we need more products like that. Like, I shouldn't just have one thing that exists now to like hold on to. No, back when I was a kid, I had Oblivion, Halo 3, and I had Sonic. I had actual good Disney films. I had good DreamWorks films. You know what I mean? Like, you guys get what I'm saying? I had good books I could read, good songs that actually exist to listen to. Like, I feel like a lot of that shit nowadays just doesn't really exist. I feel like creativity definitely is dying. I definitely do. And I also feel like that maybe AI has a huge hand in that. And I don't know for sure because a lot of people are still very scared and angry with AI, including me. I don't hate it, but I'm not going to support that shit. No, because you can't argue with me that AI is acceptable. You can't. Don't do that. You can't. No. It's like do not be one of those people who says, "Oh, I'm an AI artist." No, you're not. There's no such thing as an AI artist. Okay? Let's say I called a pizza place, okay, to order some pizza, and it gets there, and I'm gonna tell you, hey, guess what? I just made that pizza. No, I didn't. I just ordered it. Exactly. Like you're not making the art. You're not. So that's all there is to it. Yeah, no, I'm very passionate about this stuff. I've always considered myself an artist, a creator, an author, and now I guess in entertainer because I love making videos. I do love being entertaining and fun. I do. So yeah, sure. But I don't know. I obviously have a lot of like big philosophical beliefs. And I feel like if you're going to death something sacred, you should definitely treat it well. Definitely. And that's how I feel about Dragon Ball. That's how I feel about this. And I remember hearing about the Metal Gear Solid movie, but nothing came out of that. We'll talk about that another time maybe. But yeah, Halo does deserve better. I'm not just talking about like a good live action film, which would probably help the franchise for sure off of the first game. It's not too late for anything to be good to be adapted into. I mean, Halo Legends was so good. You know, we have that. That piece of art deserves its own video of how good it is. You know, seeing what we have now for like Halo adaptations, I think Halo Legends holds up even more so than it used to. I definitely need to talk about Halo Legends and appreciate how good it is, because it definitely deserves it. It does. It does. 100%. But yeah, no, I am very worried for this franchise. For sure. You know, they have a new studio, Halo Studio, you know. They seem okay, but also questionable. I think Bungie should just get rebought by Microsoft, and they should be under their control and be like, hey, no more plagiarism nonsense, no more Destiny. I never liked Destiny. I never cared for it. I always thought that franchise was kind of off. I'm not kidding. I mean, I gave it a shot when it first came out, but then I didn't play the game before the reception came out. And the reception came out, and I was like, oh, yeah, I don't think this is for me at all. I couldn't believe how far Bungie has fallen from Halo. From Microsoft to me. It's so weird, because it's like, they're capable of such great stuff. I mean, obviously, you know, they were the Sonic team of Xbox in a way. You know, they made their big cash cow iconic franchise, you know, but it's more than just a cash cow. Obviously, no, Halo is important. It has a special place in our hearts, just like the original Sonic trilogy does in the adventure games. I feel like, you know, Sonic is here. That's the thing. I keep talking about Sonic. I know Halo and Sonic to me are a little synonymous, because they have very similar parallels with their franchises, with like how they, like, you know, they both have a dark age, and they both have like. That's the thing. Halo has been in its dark age for like the past 15 years now, right? So basically, yes. If Sonic can come back into grace and can come back from the pits of hell and become something great again, why can't Halo? Halo deserves the same. It's what I want. I want Halo to be back, to be truly back. And right now, that's another reason why I'm talking about. Okay, Xbox is kind of back. With not just the Oblivion Remastered, thanks to Bethesda, but that new Indiana Jones game, you know, their whole new, like... I made a video saying that Xbox is kind of going in a direction that is questionable. I still feel that way, but I also think it's kind of a smart idea for them to put everything on different platforms, but also not. It is very Sega-like, I know, but it's confusing to me. It is, because I'm like, you should just stick to console gaming and have your exclusives on there, like Nintendo and... Even Sony is doing what Xbox is doing, but like, why is Nintendo the only one that's like getting it? Like, I don't know, but it's whatever. But I get Microsoft doing this because they kind of win in a way with like finances and stuff. So I get that. It's just weird to me. So yeah, it's very questionable. I know in my Halo video I was not very happy about this. I'm definitely not happy about Halo being a PlayStation or Gears of War. It's just like, what in the name of fucking shit? What kind of world do we live in here? And I know you might be saying that's just a pride thing. And I get that. Yes, it is definitely a pride thing. You could say that. It is. I'm not going to deny that I'm very prideful of these franchises being an Xbox, because it's what I grew up with. I grew up with the Xbox 360 and the Wii during my middle school and high school years. So they have a huge impression. I mean, I didn't have a PS3 until fresh out of high school. You know, to my like early adulthood years, I got a PS3. That's when I got really into PlayStation. And I should make a video about that. I should talk about the special game that got me into PlayStation. And I will. One day I will. So then you know my story a little bit more. Where was I going with this, with Halo? Even so, yes, okay. I never dreamed or imagined this happening. You might debate this is a good thing, and don't lie to yourself. If you're somebody out there that might argue or debate that Xbox IPs coming to PlayStation is a good thing, I know you had a PlayStation growing up. You had to have. There's no way you're somebody who didn't. If you're somebody who was Xbox player only your whole life, do you really, 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 really want this? I don't think you do. No, like, come on. I don't even want, like, Spider-Man on... Okay, yeah, maybe, but, like, Katamari Damacy on Xbox, it's so weird to me, but it's a real thing. It's kind of fun. Here's the thing. The Xbox is basically a gaming... It's basically a game console PC in a way. That's what's always been. And that works, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Okay, well, what about, like, Mario or Zelda or Donkey Kong or those franchises on Xbox? That'd be interesting, but also not right. I'd feel like, okay, yeah, that could be cool, but I don't think that would be. I'm not okay with that. No, those should be Nintendo. Those should be Nintendo. And having something like Spyro the Dragon. Okay, that's on. Okay, wow, that is an Xbox. What about The Last of Us? Yeah, there you go. Or Uncharted. I don't want those IPs on the Xbox. No, I cannot see Uncharted or The Last of Us or those Naughty Dog games coming to Xbox One, Series X, those platforms. That'd be weird. It'd be kind of cool. And maybe the games will look better somewhat, but I don't really care about that. I'd be like, these games are made for PlayStation. They should stay on PlayStation. It's really about that to me. It is. And I love those franchises. I love Uncharted and The Last of Us. I do. I love those IPs. I love those games. You know, and God of War. God of War bringing it on Xbox would be very weird too. You know, do you get what I'm saying, guys? I hope what I'm saying now kind of makes sense to like what I'm talking to, like this whole topic. I'm sure what I'm saying does make sense to you guys. So before I completely forgot about the fact that Xbox, Bethesda games, whatever, are already on PlayStation and everything. I did touch on Gears of War coming to PlayStation, which is very heartbreaking. I think I did already. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, maybe Bethesda, Oblivion Remastered, which Bethesda's always been a third-party company, but now they're bought by Xbox, so it's like... And Bethesda games to me always felt best and right to play on PC and Xbox. Like I said earlier, the Xbox is kind of like a console PC. Like, I feel like their games should be on their system, but I don't mind Xbox games being on PC. I don't mind that either. I don't think they should remove that. I think Xbox should stay on PC and on their systems. And that's it. Nothing else. I'm serious. I don't want these games to be coming to PlayStation. I don't want this. Or Nintendo. I don't want that. Please. It needs to stop. Pull the plug of that decision, Xbox. It's not too late for you guys. It's not. I know if they put their games on PC, you know, you might be thinking, what's the point of having Xbox anymore? And yes, I understand that. I do. But you also have to remember, they're talking about putting Steam on Xbox too. That's a very real thing that may happen, which would be cool to see that, actually. I want to see them, like, be like, kind of like integrated into one and the same. They always kind of felt like they should be, because it feels like, I know if you're like a hardcore beloved Xbox fan like I was, you probably migrated permanently to PC gaming. I know a lot of people who have done that, so to me it makes sense for you to be like, wow, Xbox is kind of bad if you're going to put PC on Xbox now, or Steam on Xbox now. Yes, it's fucking weird. Don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? You can't customize that, you can't upgrade that internally, you may not even be able to mod your games, but I don't know, maybe you can just at least stream them on the thing. That'd be cool too. I don't know. You know? I'm just saying that the technology is there, it's possible. I'm just hoping it does it. Halo deserves better for sure. And so is Xbox as a brand, you know. But they're doing it to themselves. There's no denying that. They did from the very beginning with the Xbox One generation. You know, it wasn't on us. And I'm gonna say this and mean it. I love the Xbox Series X. I think it's a fantastic piece of technology. I think it has so much beautiful potential. I love Quick Resume. I love the themes, the backgrounds you can do on it. I love navigating through the thing. It was cool as hell. I love how like pretty and like in your face it looks. It's 4K at its finest. You know, it looks gorgeous. It's a beautiful machine. It has potential to just be this big awesome thing from Microsoft, and it is technically, but it's not really being integrated enough, if that makes sense, from them in like a way that like it doesn't really quite have that soul that it needs from its parent company. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. Can't quite put it into words aside from that, but I think you get it. If you have a Series X, at least if you've experienced one, you probably know exactly what I'm saying here. You probably, like that statement I just said probably makes complete sense to you. That it just doesn't have quite what it needs by its parent company, from Microsoft itself, that love. It does have it, but it doesn't quite have it. Does that make sense? It's like what it has isn't really quite what it needs. Let's just say that. I'm gonna go pick up a Series X in a few weeks from this recording, and I'm gonna make a video about that when I do, because I sold it after my Halo video. I did, or right before filming. No, I think it was after. I think it was after filming, and I do miss it. I think it's a beautiful system, and from now on, I'm playing Xbox games on Xbox and PC. That's it. That's the way I've always played these games. That's the way they always should be played. I'm not buying an Xbox game on PlayStation. I'm not doing that. That's fucking weird, man. I'm not doing that shit, dog. You know, it's sad. It is. Come on, Phil Spencer. Come on, it's not too late for you guys. I know he said, we lost the worst generation to lose at. You can pull yourselves around. I don't fully agree with the statement that you said. I know I kind of agree with you when you said that they're not going to come back and they keep making 11 out of 10 games. I get that, but what if you make games exclusive for your system? That's going to help you. Stop putting them on other platforms. You don't need to do that. Market them. Market them like they're worth owning, like it did before. The 360 was winning at first. Because you marketed Halo 3 and Oblivion and everything, like, it made sense back then for 360 to be crushing the way it was back in the mid to late 2000s. It made complete sense. Jesus Christ, man. During the early 10th generation of gaming. I'm not saying the Xbox should conquer everything. No. I'm just saying it needs a comeback. And it is kind of having one with great games, yes, but not really at the same time because it's not really on these platforms. Obviously, this is a very controversial topic, but, Xbox shouldn't die. I'm talking about, like, the console. But I think consoles in general kind of should die now. Do you really feel like buying a PS6 or an Xbox Series 2? I don't want that. I'm kind of happy. We have these big behemoth systems. I kind of feel like this is it. This is console gaming at its peak. I really mean that. I do think so. So, alright, well, anyways, this is Daniel Andrews signing out. Until next time, peace out. It's for my next depressing topic video. I'm joking. In the world of gaming. I just feel talking about this because, obviously I have a lot of passion and opinions about this, and I feel very depressed thinking about how Halo and Xbox are nowadays. It's very depressing. It's sad. It is. We'll see what happens, guys. Here's hoping for the best. Have a good one, and thank you for listening and watching. Take care. And again, if you never play these games, you're doing yourself a huge misservice. Get the Master Chief Collection. It's absolutely worth it. If you have a PC capable, you can just get the Xbox app, really, and just stream it, I think. I don't think you even need to download the game. If you have good enough internet, you can play it that way at least, but check it out. It's a good game. It is. Alright, peace out, guys. They're fantastic games. 3 of the best ever made. Halo 1, 2, and 3. I'm looking at them. You're looking at the poster, right? Well, I'm sure you're listening to this in the background, probably, but you get my point. They're fantastic masterpieces. If you played them, you already know that. These games are worth it. They're so worth it. Can't believe how far Microsoft, Bungie, and everything having to do with it has fallen. It's ridiculous. It is. It's so sad. Like, what the fuck is going on? Jesus Christ, man. Holy crap. Just having a moment of silence, just thinking about it, it's just... Yeah. Bye, guys. Till next time. Thank you for watching.